Here we go. This is a live fire media show, episode number 36. This is a show where we talk about guns, gear, movies, games, music, and more. Sometimes a lot more. Your hosts tonight are the always entertaining, sometimes FUD, Hunter of Range Hot.
Yay.
Yay. Wow. I'm Quonka47, aka Dave from High Point. Let's get into the show. What's up, buddy?
Man, I'm just sitting here enjoying my holidays. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas.
Yeah, I did, man. I hope you did too.
I did. Santa was far better to me than I deserved.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What'd Santa get you? Let's go this.
Truck parts and some clothes.
Wait, not truck parts. Truck parts for like the notorious truck you haven't talked about in forever.
I can see this is going to be a long night.
Wow, you taking offense to that already?
Yeah. You know, when I see somebody with their hat backwards, you know what I automatically think?
Oh, God, here we go. Let's hear it.
They're a douchebag. Like, I guess it's got to be a douchebag. And look, thank you for supporting my stereotype.
Well, and now I know how this night's gonna go for me too. Jeez.
Right? No, everything was good, man. I got to spend some time with family and eat well. It was nice having some time off.
Yeah, right. What'd you take off for? Like, obviously Christmas itself. Were you off New Year's, Christmas Eve, the Friday after? What'd you do?
I took half day Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then work is usually slow until the beginning of January,
January, right? For the
so I got a little bit of work coming up, but you know it's kind of slow, which is fine because it's real cold outside.
Yeah.
So I'm comfortable with that.
You say it's real cold, and what is your temp there?
It is going to be. I think it's going to make it to 21 tonight.
Okay, it's here. It's 22 right now.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's low 30s. But it's going to creep down into the mid to low 20s in the next several hours. So,
I think our high is like 20 something, and the lows in the teens. But whatever. It's Ohio. We're used to that shit.
You know, everybody complains about the weather, and nobody does anything about it.
Some move south, but then I'd complain about Florida being too fucking hot. You know,
that's the old Mark Twain saying. I didn't figure you'd get it.
I didn't pick up on the Mark Twain saying. My bad. Jeez.
It's okay.
Now I'm like uncultured and educated to you now. I can tell.
No. What do you mean now?
Okay. So what's Santa bring you besides truck parts?
Well, I'm glad. Well, you know, I enjoyed it, man. This was great. I can't believe how quick that hour went by. And then, you know, Buster the cat, he's hanging out.
Hey, I just asked you what else did you end up getting for Christmas?
Oh! I'm sorry.
What the fuck was that about? Jesus,
I misheard you. Fuck, I'm getting old.
Apparently.
I bought myself a revolver. Shocker.
Okay.
And
what revolver was this? Pray tell.
I bought that 8-inch Anaconda in 45 Colt that I reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that for myself.
Had to keep that one.
Yeah. I had a bunch of people. Oh, remember Importante. I posted my review about the 45 Colt can do anything the 44 Magnum can do with less pressure.
Right.
And I had a lot of people in the comments that are evidently way smarter than I am tell me that's not true.
It's the internet, man. Everybody's smarter than you, all
the
time.
There it is. So I thought, let's approach this with scientific method.
Oh, you definitely can't do that with the internet, man. Come on. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
That's like
I've got a Ruger Red Hawk in 44 Magnum with a 7.5-inch barrel. And I've got now the Anaconda in 45 Colt with an 8-inch barrel. Half-inch barrel is negligible, I hope. And so I'm going to do some experimenting. Now, the experimenting is moot at this point because I've talked to several ammunition manufacturers and they're like, yeah, Hunter, of course. why are you asking me stupid questions?
Well,
And I'm like, I'm like, well, hold on now, before you jump down my throat. I'm just, this is what I thought was the truth, but I've been told otherwise. Yeah, they're like, well, there you go. You shouldn't listen to, anything you read on the internet, especially when somebody's commenting. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
but
right.
There's that. And I bought myself 3 new camera lenses.
Ooh.
3 new Cine Primes from Canon. Not new to me.
Sure.
24, 50, and 85, all approximately f1.4.
So fast.
Yeah, very fast, very beautiful, shallow depth of field. And I used the 35 and the 85 to film the review that got published today on the Night Force Attacker 7x35x56 f1.
I meant to watch it earlier because I pulled it when you sent it to me on my phone, and I forgot you text me, so I was leaving work, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Hunter texted me." I'm like, "Oh, it's YouTube link," and I click on it. I'm like, "I'm not watching my damn phone. I'll pull up my computer and watch it." And I got sidetracked. And
it's all good.
Did.
I mainly wanted you to see the image quality of how it's advanced. I was looking through some of my older videos last night, and one popped up. I have another account on YouTube through my Fire Stick that's not associated with the Range Hot. It's just HLE.
Okay.
So, and I use it a lot of times to watch my videos as someone who would be watching it that's not me.
Right.
YouTube and Google have no idea it's me watching it. So a lot of times I'll post a video and then I'll go and I'll watch it and see what it looks like. That's actually a photo with the 5D4 and the 24-70 f2.8.
I like it. That's cool.
So I was watching it, and it suggested the Inland M1 carbine review, Dave. That was like 10 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's something that's recommending.
It recommended that, and I was like, I completely forgot about it.
I kind of forgot you did too.
So I 120-some thousand views on that video.
Damn.
And so I watched it, and that was shot with a little 4, it was 1080p, but it was a little GoPro Handycam about yay big.
Yep.
And
I've shot a lot of stuff with action cameras like that, and I've been at shows before where we had them running on loops in the booth, and people come up and go, "How'd you shoot that?" And I just go chuckle and laugh. I'm like, point and shoot action camera.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see what you're doing. I was like, nope, just praying for the best, looking at it, trying to frame myself best possible or whatever it was. Is like, sometimes you just got to do that shit. And sometimes you can turn out some decent looking shit,
This looked all right, but I'm using the on camera mic, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, man, this is like going back in the Stone Age.
Right.
Now I'm shooting with the EVA one with, prime glass and wireless mics.
See how much your skill itself has actually grown.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, but yeah, man, it's a nice optic.
Oh, it's Night Force, dude. That all this stuff's nice.
This is my first foyer. I walked into this, David, honestly, completely ignorant.
Come on, man, not completely. Like, you knew they were quality glass. You just never messed with them.
I have been told. Knowing something and being told something is 2 different things.
True.
But yes, I have been told that they were on par with Leupold, which I had trouble believing.
Right.
Until that thing showed up at my house, and I gotta admit, I was really smitten with it. It's a hell of an optic, man. It's like a piece of precision equipment tunneled inside of a tank, because it is extremely durable.
Right.
So I was impressed with it.
Is this shot at your house?
Yeah, man.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, that's an old pine tree that had a bad spot in it. We cut it down a year ago, and I drug it over into the woods and use it when people come and we party as like a don't drive any further than this because
Right.
your car will be in the woods.
That's cool. It's a cool looking shot of the 220 Swift with a what's the suppressor on the end?
That is a B&T Print XH.
Okay. On the end, your 220 left hand with the Night Force on. That's a cool looking shot.
Thanks, man. That rifle, I actually. So unfortunately, as you see, my buddy with damn, Dave, my brain just completely quit working. I talked to you about him coming on today.
Oh, yeah.
John Boyette, damn,
there you go.
Armory Group. So he saw the review of the Night Force optic, and he teaches precision rifle.
Oh, okay.
I've taken a number of his classes. He's local to me, but I like his classes because they're usually 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
And he crams a lot of information in a 4 to 6 hour class.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, this is part one. This is the basics. When you instead of a 5-day class, you can take 8 of his classes that equate to. But anywho,
sure.
He was like, man, I've got a long range precision rifle class coming up. And he's like, I want you to bring that whole rig. And let's see what it'll do at 1,000 yards.
When's that coming up?
I think he said February or March. So that'll give me time to get my reload squared away.
Right.
But I was hoping he was going to be our guest tonight, but it'll be next Wednesday.
Okay.
If you haven't scheduled anybody.
No.
You'll like John. He's very knowledgeable. He's not like Andrew to where he'll get way into weeds, but he can start to get really technical. And sometimes you got to go, hey man, I get it, but we're appealing to the lowest common denominator here sometimes. So.
You know me, I know absolutely nothing of long range precision, so I have no problem. One being like, wow, hooked and listening to it. But once I go, okay, dude, you lost me like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I gotta take a break here.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable, very good at it. And but he can, like I said, he's not as bad as Andrew, but he can get into weeds pretty quick.
Sure. I mean, we can do the same thing at different times too, man.
Oh, I'm the worst. I'm the world's worst for it. We talked today. He and I talked today for almost 45 minutes, mostly about twist rate.
Oh God. About twist rate. Wow, that's a riveting conversation.
I enjoyed it. And he's knowledgeable, so I like having that resource. But would the average person want to talk about that for 45 minutes?
Right.
No.
About twist rates, like
the average person is probably good for 45 seconds.
Right.
But anywho.
So go ahead.
No, that's me.
Oh, I thought you had something else to say.
I do, but I mean, I've got a couple more things I want to share with you. But let's, I'm going to share.
Oh, you can share. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of time for Dave.
Well, I was gonna say, I was like, got a couple things. A couple things I was completely not expecting. This happened. I guess it was the week before Christmas, or maybe it was after we recorded, because we recorded earlier the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the way it worked out. But I got back to work and I had a box on my desk from Gideon Optics. And they'd sent me a 1-6, which now I'm drawing a blank on the name of the scope because it's in my office at work. But it's a 1-6 LPVO. I was like, well, shit. I was like, I didn't ask Bob for anything. Like I've asked him stuff in the past. He sent me some optics to mess around with. So these just show up. I was like, well, shit. Now I feel obligated to actually have to throw us on something and maybe write a review up about it since he sent it to me. You're not familiar with Gideon at all, are you?
I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
It's a budget optic, but I would say it kind of falls in that same categories like Swamp Fox, that they're pretty quality for the budget for what they are. Like I think this thing is it's a couple $100. I mean, you can do cheaper that would be considerably less. Let's see what this one is. God damn it. Usually using Chrome, and now I'm using Microsoft's crap, and it's so different. I'm like, this is retarded. Go away. Scopes, LPVOs. Yeah, this is the Guardian 1:6 by 24. Yeah, it's $300. Normally like $340 on sale for $300. So
Okay.
we'll give it a run. I mean, I like running LPVOs every now and again. I have a couple. I've got a Vortex and I have a Swamp Fox. But the other neat one they sent me was their closed emitter dot. Make sure you get it right too. It was the Mediator 2, which is like an acro footprint.
Oh. What is that actually? Oh. The hell is that?
That's another newer thing. I mean, that's a B&T GHM9
Where did you get that?
from B&T.
When?
Just before Christmas, it showed up.
Wow. With Chris gone, did you manage to establish another contact?
No, I actually just kind of cold emailed them, seeing what industry pricing was, because I've met a couple of guys throughout the years at B&T and talked to them about like shot NRA before, and I've asked if they had industry pro deal, and they're like, yeah, we do. They're like, but I'll be honest, man, the guns, it's not much. There's not much margin in it because they're made in Swiss. They're brought over here, all the fees and shit. It's like, it's not great. Suppressors, better deal on than the guns themselves. And I was like, okay. I was like, I've always liked the GHM9. The looks of it just appeals to me. And I saw something the other week, and I was like, you know what? That's like a month ago I ordered it. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to just ask them if they have industry pricing and what's my cost on it. And dude replied back pretty quick. He recognized the email, and he goes, yeah. He goes, here, create an account here, and you've got access to all our stuff, the industry pricing, no limits on like what you can get. He goes, if you don't see something, ask us and we'll send you a quote with a link to it. I was like, okay. He goes, I already see what you want. And he goes, so there's a link, in this email. I was like, all right, cool. Thanks. I look at it. It was a decent deal. I was like, these things just go up in price like everything else. Might as well get it. It's not going to get cheaper. And used ones aren't getting any cheaper either. So I was like, screw it. I'll take it.
Is it 9mm?
Yeah.
Can I see it again, please?
Yeah. So it's a pistol. Rocking a brace on it right now, but the brace, that's just mine.
Yeah. It's an interesting looking Joker.
Honestly, it's kind of to me, a very square, modern Tommy gun kind of feel.
Okay.
I mean, because from your grip, the amount of receiver, it's over your hand. The straight magazine. Controls are totally ambi from magazine release, bolt release. Charging handle can be swapped to left or right side. I literally put it on the right-hand side like a Tommy gun because why not? Came with irons, which is kind of a rarity anymore. For like not many ship with irons. But
that's cool. That's a cool little piece there, man.
It's funny. It's like, I do like it. I like it a lot. But at the same time, they're stupid expensive. I mean, I get it. They're super finely made. They're super finely machined. But it's a straight blowback gun. And for that, I jokingly say that it's kind of stupid. The High Point does the same thing action-wise. Yes, I'm gonna equate a B&T to a High Point. The end result, you're doing the same thing with the gun. Now, does this thing fit? Is its fit and finish and feel a whole lot nicer? Well, yeah, it should, because it's pretty bloody expensive.
What's the MSRP on something like that, Ryan?
That's what I was trying to pull up. I want to say it's well over 1,000.
Oh.
Let's see. It's a PSA list 1.4. It's good enough. I'm sorry. I said well over 1,000. B&T has this model actually, but with the brace minus the actual hook on it, on sale for $2,040, and they're scratched out. I'm guessing MSRP is $2,245.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so $2,000 for this thing.
A little more expensive than a High Point.
A lot more, you know. And I'm not saying, again, not saying the same class, but you know, I was even showing that to my son when I brought it home. I was like, laying it next to the MP5, the Scorpion. And this is supposed to be a direct competitor to the Scorpion because the Grasshopper mouse, that's what's after GHM9. The Grasshopper mouse is known for eating scorpions and being unaffected by their venom. So, like, it's literally a knock on a CZ Scorpion. But they're all the same size. The MP5, the Scorpion, this thing, they're literally the same size gun. If you like it, that's all that really matters, you know? And I like it. I think it's bloody cool.
Well, what is the chances you're going to write a review on it?
Very high. I haven't shot it much, but yeah.
What is the chances you're going to do any video for that? Probably not.
I don't know on that front, man. Like the video, that's a whole other like.
Well, what about this?
Go ahead.
What about this? You don't have to, what if you just took your cell phone or your mirrorless camera and just put it on a tripod and just did a little 3-minute video about it? And you can be like, hey, it's this, talk about it, shoot a little bit, talk about it, shoot a little bit. No cuts, no nothing, just one long continuous video with no B-roll.
I think I am going to start dabbling in doing that because, you know, I look at literally like the backlog I have of things that are written I could send to Range Hot and publish that have actual photos for it, but zero on video, nothing. And it's just because that's like a whole other time factor. Like, you know what it is. Sometimes it's a huge pain in the ass of time to sit down and not sit down, but set up out there and record a video to some degree. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like, maybe I should just quit trying to like overproduce a video in my head and just do it simple and let it be what it is. And who gives a shit?
Yeah. Just, you know, take it out there, set your camera up on the tripod and hey, it's Dave. It's this, and this. Here's a mag. Ding, 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 ding. Right. I've done this many rounds. No problems. You know, trigger pull is just, you know, kind of go through hell, make it 2-3 minutes and it's drop it in Dropbox and I'll upload it to YouTube or I'll just give you the login and you upload it.
I think it will. I will play with that.
Okay.
Right now I'm waiting on some more mags because I don't have the one. So there's the thing. So MSRP is like over $2,000 and you get one proprietary magazine. Like, come on, guys. At least send up like 2 or 3. Like, is it that much of a deal? I mean, and these suckers aren't cheap. It seems like $50-$60.
And they're polymer.
Yeah, they're just clear polymer. Whatever. I like it. I really don't care.
I mean, that's
I have ulterior plans for it.
Oh God, you're not going to cut it up and make something like a, you know, a Mad Max gun or something, are you?
Not going to cut it up, but it might transform into something else.
Oh God. Is it going to be the Optimus Prime gun?
No, I'm not a big Transformers guy, honestly. So
you used the word transform, so I thought that was a hint.
No, I didn't want to say transition. Let it be some like trans allegory bullshit. You know, be taken the wrong damn way. I'll have fun with it. How's that?
Ooh, I have no doubt. Maybe your funds will run out before you fuck it up too bad. Maybe.
Yeah, that was that. That was that. There's that. I'm just looking over notes of things that I was going to talk about.
All right, so while you're doing that,
go ahead.
Do you see this?
Yeah, is that the
cohesive bandage?
Yeah.
I'm going to do an article on this stuff.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell you what, it saved my ass. It sticks to itself. It's soft. It's thick enough. It's cheap. I ordered, like, here's a whole box of it. Candy got me off of fucking Amazon.
I was going to say, I was like, I thought I looked that stuff up.
Yeah, it's inexpensive. That whole box was like 12, 14 bucks. And it's about 8 of these rolls. And of course, I got the super cool camouflage.
Right. Well, because the camouflage is the trendy, cool, hot thing to do.
Why not?
Yeah.
But for wrapping grips or covering up sharp, pointy edges,
right,
this stuff is amazing. And I wrapped it on my gun like Wednesday, and I shot with it through Friday, Wednesday, Thursday night, and Friday. And the more you grip it, the sweatier it gets, the better it sticks.
Nice.
So
it didn't leave you feeling sticky from like coming.
No, it has no sticky on it.
Okay.
But it sticks to itself. And then plus, if you've got some in your bag and you get hurt, it'll hold a damn, bandage in place.
Right.
Which is what it's for.
Yeah.
But
just in camo. Yeah, there was a ton on Amazon. Like I had a multi-pack selected for a while, and I don't know. I must have kicked it on my cart.
Dude,
there's
I'm gonna put a couple in my range bag, and
the screen.
I'm actually gonna go over all the points that I had to wrap and yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I mean,
6 different rolls. Looks like M81 and maybe some. I don't know, M81 multicam.
They've got so many different variations. I just got the old school Woodland.
Yep.
And it works amazing just to cover up.
It's like Flectar in there.
Cover up Sharpie points.
Yeah, no, that's slick.
So
I've seen tons of guys on the gram with huge amounts of the stuff.
Oh, really?
Back to here. Huge amounts of it. Wow, that was big. Like almost looks bulbous on their guns because of where like the handguard is, their grip meets. So it's a T, but it's rounded, and even the top is like rounded over. Just massive amount. It was like, what the hell? Like that even almost looked a little excessive, but I guess at the same time, if it conforms to you and how you're gripping,
and it's squishy,
right?
I mean, it's certainly got some give to it. So I didn't, couple 3 wraps for me everywhere I found a sharp point,
right?
And then where my sling was riding my neck, I put about 3 wraps, this long, and so you've got this stuff, and it's way more comfortable.
That's one of the reasons why actually I like it's like a rugby style shirt that has a little higher collar than a t-shirt. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I like getting some of those shirts for that very reason. Like people are like, oh, well, you really think you're cool? No, I'm wearing it because my fucking sling cuts into my neck when you're wearing it all day long. Like,
yes,
the shit sucks. If anybody wants to make fun of you for that, it's like, fuck you. You clearly haven't used it to any real extent then, other than LARPing, which I'm LARPing too, but still, you do it enough, and that shit's cutting into you, and it's annoying.
Well, by middle day Tuesday, I had a red mark.
Yeah.
And it got to where it was sore I run my sling as a hasty sling. And so, when we were doing offhand, I would punch out, and I had it set to where when I'm good and secure in my offhand here, it's tight.
Right.
And by middle to end of Tuesday, it was cutting me so bad it become a distraction.
Right.
It wasn't annoying at this point, it's hurting.
Yeah.
And so, I had Eric, I said, hey, make a mark on my sling where it's fleshy.
Yep.
And he put like some tape or something. I don't remember how he marked it. And when I swam out of the sling, I saw where he marked, and now this was his. He had some with him.
Right. That's when
and I went about 2 inches on each side of his mark, 3 inches on each side of his mark, and I did about 3 rolls. And that was the last that bothered me.
That's cool.
And it stayed. It didn't slide.
I figured it stayed then. So it adhered well to the nylon of the sling. So that's cool. That's way cool.
This stuff is great. Eric's the one who turned me on to it. So that's something that I'm really, really I'm actually so impressed with it, and I'm going to do a range hop video about it. I'm serious.
Well, why the hell not? I mean, like I've got some skateboard tape that I'll throw a couple passes on a few grips here and there,
Yeah.
or hockey tape, whatever. And I like it, but at the same time, when you first put it on, it's so adhesive. Like even when I come off of it, it's still my hand still feels tacky and gooey. I'm like, that's annoying as shit. But also, it was just cheap shit bought on Amazon. But if you're saying this stuff, it works in that same fashion, and it's not leaving your hand like glue attached to it. That's awesome.
Nothing.
That's
I got a couple. It's going to look awful, but you know, I've got a couple revolvers like my Dan Wesson Specialist that I love, and but
get you like under the
it's got G10 stocks.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, at Gunsight, we were doing a lot of drawing, shooting, holstering. And after a while, they were rubbing on. So now with a grip frame, or excuse me, with a grip safety, I could only wrap about half of the stock.
Right.
But you know, I may put a pass or two, not interfering with the grip safety, and just see if that helps with just not sand. And you know, if somebody's like, "Oh, be a fucking man and handle it," okay. You know, you spend all day transitioning from rifle to pistol with G10 stocks,
right?
You know, and grab, and your hands are wearing gloves. And I, you know, most guys out there were wearing gloves. But dude, I don't. If I wear gloves, I don't feel like I've got the dexterity.
No, there's a case for both. It's like using that argument of just be a man and grip it. It's like, no, but also you should protect these things. I mean, you can't replace them. You should protect them. Whether it's then taping up something or wearing gloves. And I try to shoot more than winter with gloves on because I'm with you. I can't stand it. Doesn't matter what gun it is. If it's a 1911, if it's my Echelon, if it's my HK, I can't stand going to a handgun with gloves on. So I force myself to do it because I just don't feel like I have it the right way.
Right.
Rifle, not so much. I don't mind the rifle one bit. But the handgun, it's a whole other thing. And people just say, "Oh, we'll just suck it up." Oh, you're being a pussy wearing gloves. Well, now I'm protecting my damn hands, man. Like, you cut your damn hand, then you're wrapping the sucker in gauze and tape, and how thick's your hand? Then you can't grab shit.
Right.
So what was the point of that? Because you're trying to be a tough guy? Fuck off.
20, 30 years ago, I might have would have sucked it up. Now, you know, now I'm like, why? When I've got such an inexpensive, simple solution, why suck it up? You know,
right?
So
it's why I scream all the time: make everything work for you. Your gun in every way, you know.
And the more once I got my rifle more comfortable, and I covered up all the damn sticking points, then my mind was not on, you know, the hole in my finger.
Right.
Because by the end of Tuesday, Eric and I both, and I think Chad, all three of us had a damn hole in our finger here.
Yeah.
From riding that trigger guard, you know, and I've still got a hell of a callus right here from riding that. So, you know, I took a strip out, I tore it in half, and I wrapped it around the trigger guard where it meets the pistol grip. And that made it nice and super comfy. And this shit will absolutely wick sweat away.
That's wild.
So, you know, you get your hand all sweaty and you grab it and you come back and your hands dry. I'm like, that's awesome.
I'm going to find like the biggest multi-pack of the shit I can and order some.
I totally, man. I don't think you would be disappointed. You know, when I was whining about my sling, Eric's like, "Hey, here." And he just threw this. I'm like, what the hell? This is, you know what? And he goes, use this.
Right.
And I was like,
never would have thought of putting a sling. It's usually why I tend to like wider and or then padded slings, because that varies and they cut less in your neck if you've got it lined up like that. But I've plenty of slings that are not like that, and they're going to cut and rub.
Yeah.
I'm usually waiting for a high collar, but if that works, that's a cool solution, man.
I was like, I got to do something with this sling, man. I was like, you got any duct tape? You got electrical tape? Something I could just wrap on it to take that sharp edge?
Right.
And he's like, I got this.
Here, use this.
And I was like, let's try that. And boom. So
here's something for you. I can't remember if we talked about this the other week with Chad on when you guys being out there. Have you ever messed around with these?
So
did we talk about this the other week? The Raptor charging handles and firing AR suppressed. Did we talk about that?
So I'm running something similar to that, but it's not it doesn't have the grooves in it to dissipate. But now I'm running a B&T can that's reduced back pressure.
Okay.
So I'm not getting anything in my face.
Okay.
But I am using the ambi charging handle because I learned something at gun sight. I was running a 4-power magnifier, a Meprolite 4-power magnifier.
Right.
And if you have that magnifier rolled in and you got a standard charging handle, it almost covers where you grip.
Yeah.
You got to come in and kind of come low and grab it. And so on Wednesday, I went to the gunsmith and he had a name brand ambi charging handle, and it was like $65.
Right.
But everything they sell there, I think they basically sell at wholesale. They're
saying that.
I don't think they're making much of any money off the parts.
Right.
I think they're just
which is
doing
cool.
that
They're trying to equip you, which is good
to hook you up, you know.
Right. Well, so a few weeks back, I'm gonna throw this back up. I took one of my ARs out and suppressed, and I have this Falcon 37's Habu Mod 1 charging handle. The idea of it's kind of neat. I'm trying to find a better photo to show you.
What the hell is that?
There you go. So basically, you charge it. It's kind of like grabbing your pistol slide and racking your slide. It's how you can charge it.
Okay.
Tony Simon told me about it, and he was all into it. And I was like, the idea seems kind of neat. So I bought one. I used it. It's neat. It's definitely snag free. Like, bigger charging handles sometimes have hooks. They're going to catch your gear when you're just like kind of at rest. This thing is no snag to it whatsoever. But it's a little different to use. But when I was running my one gun suppressed, my one AR, I forgot how much, not running a reduced pressure can like you're talking about, just a regular, just is my Science Co. Sacred. It's an old can. The amount of gas getting my face was fucking annoying with my AR.
Yeah.
But jump to the other week, I had this thing. It's actually in here in my 733. My heat build. So I changed out the muzzle device. You can see it. It's not just an A2, it's a Reardon manufacturing. So I can use my Plan B mounts and screw my cans on, but still gives it kind of the retro vibe to it. But I have that Raptor on here. So this setup, holy crap, man. This was not gassy at all. I was absolutely blown away by that charging handle. Because I think there's a lot of reduced gas in your face, gimmicky crap out there. I can't say I've used much of it, but I've listened and read enough reviews, people saying, oh, yeah, this thing kind of works. That kind of works. I don't remember when I bought this damn charging handle, but dude, this thing legitimately worked on this little 733, kept gas out of my face for mag after mag after mag. I'd say this is one for $135. It's worth the money.
That would be a good review, Dave.
Well, if you think so, then I will do that up, and I'll even sacrifice myself to running it without that charging handle, so you can see the gas hitting me in the face.
Yeah, a little bit of video of that, and then swap it out and do a video, and just do like a minute highlight about it on video, and then do it. Do a 1-paragraph article on it,
right,
and link it to it.
Okay,
that would be great. Little things like that.
If you don't mind it being that short, because I don't think you can do like a huge write up on it. I mean,
no, but you don't need to. You can do a minute video and a paragraph with 1 or 2 photos, and stuff like that. People would never think of. I didn't know anything about it.
Okay, yeah, I've known it for a long time. Like I said, I don't know how long I've had the damn thing, dude. But it's lived in my HK 416 at home build, which I was kind of like, that's dumb because it's a piston gun, so it's gonna be less gassy.
Yeah.
Plus, the charging handle that comes with it actually is pretty damn nice. And I had just a regular Radiant in that 733, and the SD one, I don't even know what the hell. I think it was sitting in a 300 blackout build I don't even use. And so I just swapped it over, and it was kind of like, wow, holy shit! Like it was one of those things where shooting, I didn't realize it because we were running drills, doing mag changes and shit. And it was well after the fact. I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna shoot this bitch suppressed, and it's not bothered me one bit of like, AR is gassy pretty hard sometimes.
Yeah.
And not once did it phase me in the slightest bit. So I was like, okay, this thing is legitimate as all get out. And yeah. So there you go, man.
Little things like that people don't know of.
Right.
That makes for amazing content.
All right. Well, then I'll throw it out there.
And it's a cheap $150 experiment.
Right.
You know, it ain't like you got to retool your rifle or go buy a new upper.
Yeah, there's a thought with that too. Like I think of you look at the high point ARs, they come with a basic charging handle. And here's the thing. 90% of us replace our charging handles because we don't need to. We just want to. If you want to change it, go for it. But at the same time, when you find use for it, like say a magnifier blocks it in the way, it's good to have a little more wings to it. You know, you get LPVOs in the way. It's good use having for it. You know, in the case of like that thing, didn't look like it needs it because it's a classic A1 style, but come the idea of suppressing it, no, that turns out to be a damn worthwhile upgrade. And there's the other side too. If you can't afford to upgrade, if $150 is too much, then clearly don't. But if you're already running cans and running your shit suppressed, you can afford a $150 charging handle.
You got a little money handy.
Right. I mean, I don't say I have any damn money because I don't. I just, save well and save long.
That's what it's all about.
Shit.
So I watched something interesting the other day.
Yeah.
YouTube guy had a bit of a following. I'm not going to get into his name. It doesn't matter.
Put in the private chat so I can laugh.
Okay. I'll text it to you.
But that works too.
But he was raging about the Smith & Wesson Schofield.
Okay.
Which is a top break revolver.
Yeah, I think they're cool. They're especially cool for the era.
And he was kind of going on and on about, I don't know why the single action was the preferred choice, because this is so much faster to reload and load. And when you're done, you just hit a little latch and you pop it open and there it is, and you boop, 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 boop. And I'm not gonna lie, the single action is certainly a lot slower to load and reload.
But how much more reliable is a single action over the Schofield? That's my first thought.
Okay, well,
sorry, did I take your
nope. So I watched it, and I said, I'm watching that. He's showing the hinge where it snaps, and it's part of the rear sight.
Oh,
so like when you come back, it snaps over here.
Right.
You've got a spring loaded mechanism here, and there's a massive hinge.
Okay.
Here. And so I was like, that's a lot of moving parts that could be wear parts.
Right.
And I'm like, and we're not talking about, so we're not talking about 2025 metallurgy. We're talking about 1875 metallurgy or 1870 something. And so I said, like, I see that hinge and I'm like, that hinge and that latch is got to be a problem. But I'm guessing. So I started doing a little digging. I jumped onto some old school forums, some old school message boards about the Schofield, and it is certainly cannot be denied. It's a faster load and reload.
Sure. However,
they said that if you bought it and you use the gun, you're a rancher, a lawman, riding a horse really quickly, especially if you're shooting hotter loads.
Okay.
Really quickly, like within a year or 3, the latch begins to wear.
Right.
And they were people talking about, they were thumb cocking that so much and pulling the trigger, and under recoil, that latch, because the gun would break open.
Holy shit.
And so now you shot it once or twice and boom, it's just emptied itself.
Right.
And they were saying, now I'm summing up what I read on message boards. So you take that with a grain of salt.
Sure.
But some of these guys posting looked like they were old enough to have bought single actions new. And the Schofield was significantly more expensive than the Colt.
Yeah,
but
it's a completely different design that makes sense. I mean,
but it had an estimated service life of a man that used it 3-4 years. And within that time frame, you had to be worried about pulling the trigger and the damn thing unlatching itself, or riding on a horseback and something kicking it, and you look down to grab your gun and you pull it out and the whole barrel flops over. and then it ain't long and that hinge wears.
Right.
And so now you got play. And they were saying that the estimated service life on those revolvers was 3 to 5 years before it needed mechanical attention.
Wow.
As compared to the single action, estimated service life, 20 to 25 years.
Wow.
Before it needed mechanical attention. And so there were two schools of thought as these guys were talking. Colt saw the advantage of the Schofield in loading and unloading, but also noted the issues with the design being high wear items.
Right.
And back then, it's kind of like now, most things that happen, you're going to settle with 1 to 3 or 4 rounds. Right. You're probably not going to do a reload.
Right.
So Colt said, we're going to make our revolver more robust and more reliable, but yet it's going to be a little slower to load and reload. And I went down the rabbit hole and I spent about 2 hours looking at messaging boards and looking at videos and all that and just educating myself, because I often wondered, I'm like, wonder why the Schofield wasn't more important. Now, it also shot a lot weaker round. The 45 Schofield was certainly shorter.
Right.
So it was a lot weaker than the 45 Colt.
Yeah, I mean, look at the cylinder looks tiny. Here, we go back to it.
Yeah.
It looks really short.
It couldn't stand the pressure because of the hinge.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. And one of the reasons that the Army adopted a single action, I think in 1873, right? Ish, sure, was the robustness of it over the Schofield.
Right. I get that. That makes sense.
So, so that got me to thinking, and I got a question for you. I answered this question for myself last night.
Okay.
But I want to dig into your brain.
Sure.
Let's talk about, Dave, solely defensive handgun carry. Now, I don't care what it is. This can apply to revolvers, autoloaders, cap and ball, squirt gun, Nerf gun. I don't care.
Okay.
What I want you to, and I'm putting you on the spot here, but you're a smart guy. I want you to, let's say, what are the 3 to 5 most important criteria of a defensive handgun, ranked in order of most important to least important? Or let me ask you this in a different way. What would be the most important aspect of a defensive handgun?
I think it's going to fit you. You got to be comfortable with it. Like, if you're comfortable with a little tiny pocket thing,
right?
I'm not. I don't like that. I would want at least like a Glock 19 size, which is really not my forte. But I carry like my VP9 HK, or I carry my Springfield Echelon. It's actually full size guns. So it's what I'm comfortable with. It's what I know I can be accurate with.
Let's talk about characteristics.
Okay.
What is the most important characteristic of a defensive gun? Like if you had to pick just a couple things to put in a stew and stir it up and pour out your defensive gun, what do you think the most important? That's kind of a weird analogy, and I'm not drinking.
That's a good weird analogy.
But what do you think is, let's say, what is the most important aspect of a defensive gun? Like a criteria.
I mean, I'm not going to go and say caliber, because there's enough loads you can do for that.
I don't think it's caliber either.
I'd say just that you can conceal it, though.
Concealability?
Yeah. That's one of the first things. Concealability,
okay.
Which I think goes along with you being comfortable with it too.
Okay.
I'm comfortable carrying a full-size gun appendix, and you won't see that it's on me.
I buy that.
It needs to be a reliable gun.
Boom.
I mean,
fucking boom. So dependability, reliability, and comfort.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
and a lot of that, though, I'm going to segue a little bit and say a lot of that is you have to take whatever you've bought. I think there's a lot of stuff that's not really well known. Doesn't mean it's a bad gun, but if you just buy this gun and you holster it, carry it, no, that's not enough. You need to actually be running rounds to the thing. You need to, I don't say prove it to yourself, but you do. You need to prove it to yourself that you're comfortable with this thing. It's going to run all the damn time.
And I'm going to go a step beyond that. You need to figure out what ammunition you're going to prefer to carry.
Oh yeah,
and make sure it's reliable with that ammunition.
I will say, this coin I've stolen from the We Like Shooting guys. They talk about having a mag. It's their carry mag is a Skittles mag, meaning it's got a whole bunch of
all
random
kinds
shit.
of shit in it.
It's something they've talked about multiple times, and I can tell you that I can grab my magazine. I've got combinations of double tap to I don't know. There's a couple different hollow points that I bought over the years, and they run the gun. I know they run the gun, but I'm not like making sure it's dedicated all one thing. I just don't give a shit. I've thrown a bunch of crap in.
Really?
There. Yeah, it's like screw it. It's whatever's in there is in there.
I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, every handgun that I have in my safe loaded that can be considered a defensive handgun is stoked with double tap.
That doesn't surprise me.
You know, and it's expensive ammo.
It is.
But I've shot enough ballistic shell to know that if I absolutely 100% want to make damn sure I'm getting every little foot per second, every little feet's pound of energy out of that caliber while keeping within SAMI, double tap is the way to go. Now I know Buffalo bore is badass, but I have heard
really, but isn't Buffalo bore really like more super boutique kind of?
Is it more boutique than double tap? Do you think double tap is more mainstream?
Dude, I don't. You got me there. I don't know. I know of both, so I can't really say. You know.
So now I've heard this. So take that again with a grain of salt. I've heard that some of the Buffalo bore stuff is outside of SAMI spec,
being it's a little on the hotter side.
So like I got into an argument with a guy about the 45 Colt.
You know,
right? On YouTube. Now, and I don't know. So I'm coming to you fresh off an argument, and I have not researched what I was told.
Okay.
But what he told me was, why would you carry a 45 Colt when you can carry a 44 Magnum plus P? Because plus P 44 Magnum is this, and this.
Sure. And it's crazy hot. It's more energy of everything, but okay.
So I thought, now I know that SAMI recognizes plus P 9mm and plus P 45 auto.
Right.
But I'm like, I thought that was the only two calibers they recognized.
Probably is.
So I went to SAMI. And
my loading book, never mind.
And I went to SAMI, you know, and as I always do, I got their website bookmarked. And I'm searching 44 Magnum plus P. Nobody's home.
Right.
So I'm like, so I get back on there and I'm like, hey, man, you need to take a pause. He's like, I'm carrying Buffalo bore 44 Magnum plus P. Now, was it Buffalo bore? Is he making shit up? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the internet. Who bloody knows?
Right. So if I didn't go to Buffalo's bore website and look it up. So if you're going to jump in the comments and give me shit, stand by. I'm pretty fresh off this argument. So I'm like, my first thought was, oh hell, this guy's gonna get fucked.
Right.
So I run back to the comment section. I'm like, hey man, hard stop here. SAMI doesn't recognize 44 Magnum plus P. Now, to you, that might not mean anything, but let's just take a moment and put the kidding aside. If SAMI doesn't recognize 44 Magnum plus P, that means there's no industry standard on what the pressure could be.
Right.
You could have Dave's super duper 44 Magnum plus P plus 130,000 PSI.
Yeah, whoopee fucking do. Great, good for you.
and there's no industry standard. And so therefore manufacturers don't know how to, the manufacturer cannot say my gun is rated for 44 Magnum plus P.
Right.
Because now that pressure is up to interpretation by a bullet manufacturer, an ammunition manufacturer.
Right.
And the problem with that is
I think calling shit plus P. My hat's driving me nuts. I think calling shit plus P or plus P plus on loads like that, they don't exist. I think that's just kind of that's becoming the go-to thing to say, especially if you don't know. You're just like, oh yeah, it's really hot stuff. It's plus P plus, or
That's
like
emotion, like just come on.
And you want that intentionally, like you're trying to wear your gun out more and break your own hands when you're shooting it and blow your magazine out possibly. If it's a semi-auto, it's like
if you
what if what you wrote, man?
But that's the thing. You're stoking in, Uncle Bob's basement reloads, 44 Magnum plus P plus. Guaranteed if it don't blow your gun up and kill you, it's. So I'm like,
better wear a collar and shoot things so it can come blow back and get you in the damn jug.
Right, right. I'm like, if you've got any of this ammunition, stop using it because you're gonna hurt yourself.
Right.
Well, I've got this gun and it's tough as hell. And I'm like, okay, man, I've laid the facts out. You don't know what you got. You might have Uncle Jimmy down there. Here's a 44 Magnum case. Here's your dipper. Oh, here's some bullseye. I'm going to just fill this up with bullseye. And when I run out, I'm going to put a little unique on the top of it,
I'll tap a little out just so I can get the bullet down in there.
Right. Let's mix in some bullseye. There's a little unique. Hell, I'm gonna sprinkle some rifle powder in there, and I'm gonna shake it up.
But hey, you know what? You know what could handle it? You know what could handle doing some crazy shit like that?
What?
High point.
Till it blows the slide off of you and it's in your arm because you got some damn 32 auto plus P plus raking at 80,000 psi.
Dude, there's a video out there. It's like 15 years old or so of dude created. He said what it was, but he's like, oh yeah, this is my my hot pill or whatever, and he loaded with some hot powder like to the brim, seed the round into it. Now, did he hold it in his hand and shoot it? No, he had string, pull the trigger, and guess what? It cycled, and they were like, shit, it ran it.
Yeah, but did that pistol go? Oh fuck!
Right.
Don't do that anymore. And I was actually talking to a guy at Hornady. I know, one of the ballisticians. We're talking about developing the 220 Swift load for that 73 grain ELD match.
Right.
We're talking about because they don't have load data for that, so we're going back and forth.
Sure.
And so he's giving me some starting points, and he's like, you could go up to 1/10 of a grain or whatever time, and chronograph, watch for pressure. Yeah, I got all that. And then and he goes, then I wouldn't exceed X amount. And I said, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I at one point in my life when I was in my 30s and had more money than I had since, I was a wannabe bench rest shooter, and I had a couple pretty nice rifles that were competitive in amateur bench rest circles. Now I need to make that clear. They were competitive in amateur bench rest circles. I couldn't go to like a sanctioned bench rest rifle match. Right. But I had some and I was reloading for it, and then I learned how to reload from a bench rest shooter. He was shooting 22 PPC, 6mm PPC, and all this. So, anywho, I was like, what I've learned over the years of reloading and shooting precision rifle is, generally speaking, you're going to get your best accuracy about middle of the road as far as velocity goes.
What? You mean going the maximum powder load isn't going to do it? Are you serious? That can't do it, man.
Every time I have found the sweet spot, you do your ladder loads, you get up about your middle velocity and your group seem to shrink. Of course, you're going to go past that because you want to know, does it do better? And it's kind of like, you see your groups do this. Oh, here's the minimum. And then you start getting more and you see them start opening back up. So you generally get your best accuracy around the middle of the road for accepted velocity.
Right.
So why burn more powder?
Right. Just cost yourself more money.
You're burning powder and losing accuracy. That doesn't mean you're just making brass at that point.
Right.
So, but that's one of the things we were talking about. I was talking to some other people the other day about, handgun, if it's your defensive handgun. And they said, okay, Hunter, what are your 3 most important criteria for a defensive handgun? I said, number one, 100%, like you said, reliability.
Right.
It's got to be reliable. and accuracy. And third or fourth, magazine capacity. Caliber and magazine capacity are interchangeable for third and fourth. And I would probably say, if pressed, I would say caliber is more important to me than magazine capacity. So reliability, accuracy, caliber, magazine capacity.
Yeah, mag capacity, I'm not gonna give all that much because, like I said, like you can go off the raw statistics of how few rounds it was, and you think, okay, fine, you would say, oh, you gotta have this capacity. Well, wasn't that long ago, everybody was carrying those single stack micro compact things that were no more capacity than a 1911.
Yeah.
It's like, don't give me that shit. You want to carry more, by all means, do. I do. I carry 17 round magazine gun, but 6 rounds plus, you're good. You're fine.
I have a couple carry gun. I have a couple. We've talked about this carry gun that I rotate. Now, when I feel it's imperative, I've still got that little Glock 29. And I've got a Glock 20 magazine that's my spare, and that holds 15.
Right.
But a lot of the times, old Trusty here,
sure,
go to Detective Special, and hey, I'm not cheating. I've just opened my cylinder, and I'm going to pull my defensive round out so the whole world can see what Hunter carries.
And it's double tap.
And it's 155 grain lead wad cutter. It may be 145, but it's a lead wad cutter.
I've
carry a speed strip with 6 more in them, and it fits right in my back pocket.
I've been seeing a meme floating around lately. It's pretty funny. Shows the guy carrying, whatever ultra tactical pistol, and he goes, "I carry this thing with 21 plus rounds of the magazine, optic and a comp because I like it." In the same breath, shows the guy going, "Sometimes I carry this little thing," shows like a Detective Special revolver because I like it. It's like, yeah.
Carry what works for you.
If you can use it, it works.
Like if you want to carry a Glock 17 with a 17 round mag in it and 4 extra mags, help yourself. I don't care.
Here we go.
What the hell is that? What is that?
Let's go this way. Hang on here.
That's got 2 triggers.
Don't mind that. Look. Oh, look. Wait. Look at that. There's a cylinder.
That's not a real gun.
No.
That's some wild shit you 3D printed, ain't it?
Yes, but it is the frame of a Charter Arms Bulldog 44 Special with a Steyr 22 bolt action receiver. I'm trying to do this all backwards here. Steyr trigger does nothing, and the Bulldog trigger. This is a 3D print copy of Harrison Ford's pistol from Blade Runner that I 3D printed.
You know what, man? I hate to say this because I'm all about the Second Amendment, but the ATF needs to seize your 3D printer immediately.
Why?
Because I think you're off the rails.
Dude,
you're out of the reservation.
Dude, this is one of those things I've always I've won one of these. I've told Nick at Charter Arms how many times they should make whatever they can do as close to this look just because people would buy it. You're not going to buy it because you're like, I don't know what the fuck that even is. I mean, fine, be realistic. Take the trigger out, the fake trigger.
Why does it have 2 triggers?
Because it's a sci-fi blaster, man. I don't know. Watch the movie. He never uses this one. He's always finger's always in the back traditional one because that's the actual trigger. But when I first started printing it, like the frame, it's literally a Charter Bulldog 44 Special. Like I took it to work or showing them, I was like, "Hey, what is this?" And they're like, "What the hell is a Charter frame?" I was like, But with a whole lot more going on.
How long did it take to print that crazy thing?
A little more than a day, honestly. It was different parts, different plates. I was having fun printing it and putting it together as I went.
Damn, you eat up, ain't you?
Even printed little rounds too.
Of course you did.
Now that the idea was like, maybe maybe I should get a Charter 44 Bulldog and like make it. But looking up the new Bulldogs versus the Bulldogs from the 80s, it probably wouldn't work. It'd be more pain in the ass than what's worth. So I'll settle for having a 3D printed prop replica.
That's just your prop gun, huh?
Yeah.
You're gonna dress up as Blade Runner for Halloween?
I mean, it'd be an easy Halloween costume, just a trench coat, shirt and tie, and pants, and you get some cheap leather work up a holster for it, a cross draw for it. Whatever.
I'll tell you what, man.
What a hobby, man.
I'm reminded of a saying that I remember my grandfather said a lot, and I've really now just come to understand it.
Okay.
Idle hands do the devil's work. God almighty, give a maniac a 3D printer and look at the crazy shit he come up with.
Well, yeah, like the Auto 9 comp.
Oh, please don't put that on anything except the trash can.
Been on my 92. I haven't shot it, but I'm gonna make it
would
real.
Would it hold up to shooting?
No. This is just the most basic material. It wouldn't hold up at all. I'd be tempted to print one in a heavy duty material, because right now this is pretty thin too, the way it's built. I could probably print it thicker and do this experiment. I kind of think I might do it just to see what happens.
That would be a really cool video, especially if that motherfucker blew up and you're standing there. No, that was 3 days worth of 3D printing on the ground.
No, this is a couple hours.
Oh,
well, okay, like this couple hours, it will blow up. If I print it thicker and heavier duty, it could be like a day. But you know what? The only thing stopping me from doing that is I need to rig up a vice system or something, because I wouldn't hold it in my hand. Because plastic go everywhere. It'd be a fucking
that's smart.
Yeah, it'd be like a damn claymore going off of plastic. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Another fun little neat thing. I'm gonna change the zoom here so you can see it.
Okay.
Is got these wrong way.
That's it?
Yeah.
Those the ammunition you freeze for your whiskey?
No, this is a little 9mm snap cap.
Oh.
But they're metal, like it's a metal bullet. Like, so it's like a weighted snap cap kind of.
Right.
I don't know, just saw on Amazon. It was something I could tell the in-laws to get me for Christmas.
Hmm.
But they're neat. They're cute looking. Yeah, it's silver, So throw in a magazine. It looks cool.
Does it though?
Why not?
I mean,
you get replaceable cap, so when you wear it out from dry firing it, it's neat. Live a little hunter.
If you love it, I love it. I've never really used snap caps. Of course, I've got real guns. I mean,
real guns.
That means you're doomed.
Sure thing, Pappy.
Hey!
So something else made me think, talking about the Schofield.
Yeah.
Liability versus the Colt. I caught a bit from another podcast, or it was a highlight video. I don't know. Talking about this. Look at your screen. Do you know what that is?
That is a Sturmgewehr German machine gun. It was like the very first what was considered a submachine gun?
No, like assault rifle.
Or assault rifle.
Yeah, medium, intermediate cartridge. Yeah, the STG 44 Sturmgewehr.
Sturmgewehr, am I saying that right?
Yeah, Sturmgewehr, at least to my knowledge.
Okay, yeah.
No, neat thing I learned was I caught this bit. It was Ian from Forgotten Weapons.
Yeah.
He was talking about he was going to run one of these at Moons Out last year, and in the end didn't. I think one, he ran out of time before the people, like whoever made them, because there's a U.S. company that makes new production Sturmgewehrs in the U.S. They're like several $1,000s.
Yeah.
But they wanted it back. He didn't have time for it. But also he said he couldn't get it to run for shit. And I think he was on with Brandon Herrera, and he was like saying, well, I messed around with one, or he knew somebody messed around with one from another company making one, and theirs never really ran for shit. And they both started talking. It was like, maybe the actual Sturmgewehrs of World War II didn't actually run that well. It's like, maybe that's why the new production ones don't run either. And I thought, that very well could be. And it just made me think, you talking about the Schofield, like, yeah, it works until it doesn't. I don't know if this thing was that way too. Like, it worked until it didn't because something wasn't right mechanically. Magazines, who bloody would know? Hell, look at M1 carbines. You hear them talk about M1 carbines weren't the best things in the world unless you constantly feed them fresh mags because the mag springs were shit. You know,
knowing the Germans, that motherfucker was grossly over-engineered.
Oh, that I've heard that one a million times. That was absolutely over-engineered. But just interesting thought, thinking like, yeah, was that cool gun? You know, did it ever truly actually run as well as we like to think? We think it runs like an AK, but what if it never really did?
Right. And who is around now to refute it?
Right. Fucking nobody.
Yeah, I mean that could be. It's certainly plausible. In other sad news, Corporal Buster, got passed over for sergeant. He's look how sad he is.
I was waiting for something like that.
Look how sad he is. He's depressed. Look at his face.
Makes real depressed. What do you want, dog? Yeah, mine's whining at me. What do you
He's
want?
like, I got time in service and time in grade, and I can't pick up fucking sergeant.
Well, here let's hit on Stranger Things. We were going to talk about this last time.
Yeah,
but I hadn't finished the first. It's the first part. Yeah, so it's first 4 episodes.
I'm not. Yeah, I want to talk about that, but before I do, I'm just going to tell you this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Don't get your hopes up.
Have you finished this next part? Okay. Yeah, I've heard a lot of reviews. The next part that's like becoming the worst season ever, which that sucks because so far the first part, was solid. That shootout in the finale of the first part was fucking god awful.
And so that is what I want to address.
Yeah, go for it.
So
it was bad.
The FUD is coming out, so just be advised. And I'm going to say some numbers that you're probably going to fucking, oh God, you're probably going to hear 4570. You're probably going to hear 50 BMG.
Oh God, we're going to go super FUD, aren't we?
Yeah. But
do it.
So when the Demogorgons came, the military personnel that were living in the Upside Down, there was a tremendous amount of intel on these creatures. They had been encountered number of times.
Attack wasn't from the Upside Down; it was in our world.
Do what now?
That big attack that wasn't in the Upside Down.
Right.
The attack was okay, but
there was an army base. Are you sure that didn't happen in Upside Down?
It did not because I was gonna say that the Upside Down, nothing really happened. You just had 11 and Hopper stormed in and found.
Okay, but there was an army base in the Upside Down.
There is, but that wasn't what was attacked.
Right, but there's an army base in the Upside Down.
Yes,
and so there was a lot of intel on these demi-dogs.
No, Demogorgons.
And both.
Have you seen the Demodogs again? I didn't think they've showed back up. That was just the Demogorgons.
There's a lot of intel on the Demogorgons. The Russians knew all about them.
Right.
They had been encountered a number of times.
Right.
So, and they had an army base in the Upside Down. So they knew
a very secure army base in the Upside Down.
Very secure. So they knew all about these fucking Demogorgons. So how is it, Dave, my friend, that when these Demogorgons started coming out of the woodworks, these idiots were just all they had was M16s? I mean,
that's not even the worst of it.
But I
agree what you're saying. It's like everything the government has learned up to this point, they didn't think, hey, maybe we should have something just for these units that are going to deal with this shit,
or
they got the bigger slugs.
Have a number of soldiers there armed with high-powered rifles.
Right.
Imagine if you will, Now I am not a tactician, nor am I a commanding officer. I've made corporal once. I made lance corporal twice. But if I was running that base and I knew attack was imminent or even potential, you could bet your ass that there would be soldiers training with rifles chambered in, heavy cartridges like 4570,
right,
300 Win Mag. I would have, they had towers everywhere. Why wasn't there a damn 2-man or a 3-man team in each tower and leaning in a corner of that tower, a Winchester Model 70 and 300 Winchester Magnum? Why wasn't there a platoon of soldiers carrying shotguns with 2 3/4 or 3-inch Magnum slugs?
Right.
I don't know if 3-inch Magnum was out.
Doesn't matter. Still say 3-inch slug though,
or 2 3/4 inch.
3/4 slug is still gonna.
Sure. As crazy as it sounds, you would have 6 or 8 men Overwatch with spotting scopes, field glasses, and certainly the M16s, certainly some M203 grenade launchers. But leaning in the corner would be a 300 Win Mag, and on a fucking tripod at the bare minimum would be a 60 or a Modus.
Right. But it's like we talked about, if you sent a squad to the Upside Down, you would have guys packing different shit. You'd still have dudes with 5.56 rifles, but the primary takedown would be, dude rocking larger, big ass slugged things. Because we know that 9mm from the first season, MP5s, multiple MP5s at once, were not enough to drop one.
Right. Imagine if you had took 50 men or 80 men and you trained them on 12-gauge shotguns.
Right.
Try not to roll your eyes. Lever guns in 4570.
But the shotgun's the easy one because we've always employed a shotgun for how many bloody years?
Right. But
that's like logical choice. Like,
but you could engage a Demogorgon at 150 yards with a 4570. Shotguns are 50 yards in, 75 yards in with a slug. You've got men on the flanks with M16s for area denial and distraction.
Right.
You use full auto small arms fire for area denial. Let's hurt them over here. Let's hurt them over here. You get them in a damn. They had hardback Hummers. They mount fucking Mod Deuces. If you had 6 of them and a fucking entire Roman legion of Demogorgons begun to walk towards you, you had fucking 15 hardback Hummers with Mod Deuces on there, and a couple Mark 19 full automatic 40mm grenade launchers. Them son of a bitches wouldn't have know what the fuck hit them.
Is the Mark 19 that old? Well, they've had that.
The Mark 19 had. Now I was in the Marines 90. I joined the Marines in 92, and we qualified on some Mark 19s. It was pretty wore out.
Oh shit! In service in 68. I had no idea. I thought it was way newer than that.
Yeah, I knew it was.
So Stranger Things, those fuckers could have Mark 19s all over the place.
Could have had Mark 19s, Mod Deuces, M203 grenade launchers, a fucking flamethrower. Why do you have 4 to 6 men with flamethrowers?
No, they had what, 1 or 2?
Yeah.
It was so bad.
So, you certainly could have outfitted a platoon of men with weapons and trained them on shotguns.
The armament argument is, I think, the easier one. Yes, they could write that in, but that means you gotta have somebody that gives a shit. But the point was for the soldiers all to get wiped out. So
it was for drama.
It was plot. It's the lack of plot armor in this case.
Right.
They were the NPCs there to get wiped out. What was even worse though to me that jumped up my face left and right was, let's stand in a fucking circle and all shoot in the center.
Oh, you're not familiar with that?
Fire?
You're not familiar with that technique?
Oh my god. Blue on blue. What you mean?
Yeah, so you have the bad guy in the middle, and you get in a tight circle, and everybody shoots in the circle. Yeah. Guaranteed there will be
everyone's rounds are landing,
Right. Yeah, I saw a couple times where you had guys circling these Demogorgon with M16. They were lighting them up, and Candy looks at me and she's like, "I said, baby, I know. I've never seen a circular firing squad before, but there we have it.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad." And then she and I were watching it, and she's like,
I paused it. I was getting so annoyed. I was like, this is what Hunter was talking about. I was like, this is so fucking stupid. Mason was like, yeah, they're in a circle, not hitting each other. I'm like, right?
"Yeah."
Right. I was like, okay, I'm done bitching. I'll just finish watching now. I'm like, you know.
And Candy's like, bless her heart, she never gets riled up. She's like, none of these assholes got shotguns. And then the one black fella,
one guy,
picks up a shotgun and puts a slug in one, and he's like, oh my God, that was really effective. Yeah, of course it was. A shotgun with a slug on it is extremely devastating, especially inside of 25 yards.
Yeah.
So
bad. So bad.
No Overwatch, no belt fed, no.
There was something on a 50, but once they employed that, the Demogorgons went after him real quick and took him out.
Yeah, but okay, so you have one guy.
But one guy, 150. That was it. Like,
every when ideally every fucking guard tower has got Overwatch with a 300 win mag, and a 50 mounted. And when those Demogorgons started piling in the courtyard, all the people in there, I'm like, y'all run.
Right.
You got 6 towers that's fixing to rain hellfire now. You got, where there ain't a 50, there's a Mark 19. And then some cool guy over there with his bolt action 300 win mag. And I mean, they could just have annihilated these son of a bitches. And all the ground troops, they could have just sat in a building and watched.
But that wasn't the point, man.
But if you're gonna make a movie, I'm all about suspending disbelief to enjoy it. But I mean, just give me a little something to work with,
right?
Because
they show them with those things trying it, and they still immediately got overwhelmed because they're focusing the inside and they came from the outside too. Or
right?
So you could easily still do what you did, but have them armed better.
Because there was a dozen or so.
Easily.
15?
Yeah.
Hopper killed one with a sword.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have been better off giving every one of those cats in the armies a fucking sword. And be like, Hopper would have been like, hey, y'all, I'll tell you what would have killed a shot of my Conan sword.
Right.
Let's take a month and watch Conan the Barbarian over and over again. And when somebody come, they're doomed.
Oh God.
Anyway, yeah, it's the first when Stranger Things come out. I enjoyed the first season because it was kind of scary.
I've enjoyed all of it,
but it seemed like now the first season was really good. The second season was not bad. It was good. I really enjoyed the third season because it was a lot of nostalgia for me,
right?
And then it seemed like after the third season, it just every other season, the fourth season, it was all right. The fifth season, it started out pretty wide open, but I feel like I'm watching an Avengers movie now.
I was like, overall, I like it, but the fact is, it's turned into there's no stakes for the cast, the group.
These kids,
you're not worried about anybody dying, but when the show was new, you thought, oh, they could kill them off,
right?
And in the end, now, it's like a superhero movie where there's no worry of anybody dying anymore. It's just like, this is dumb.
You've got 6 kids armed with shit they got from a hardware store, outperforming the U.S. military.
Yeah,
I mean,
well outperforming them.
Well, coming to their rescue.
Yeah,
so. I mean, okay, I get it, but I feel like
into part 2, and we won't finish it before the finale drops tomorrow. I think at 8. I think tomorrow night.
Is tomorrow? It's a 2-hour finale.
Yeah, and it's like my wife's like, "Who the hell's going to watch this on New Year's Eve?" I was like, probably quite a few people actually, because there's the go out and get wasted crowd, and there's the ones that are like, hey, let's watch Stranger Things.
right before we jumped on the podcast, Candy was here. She come cook supper for me, and I said, "Okay, baby, what do you think we're gonna do for New Year's Eve? You want to go out? What are you gonna do?" She's like, "What about we go get some really nice filet steaks, cook them on the grill, come in the house. We'll find a really good movie. We'll eat some steaks, some potatoes. We'll drink some mezcal, and we'll stay off the roads." And I said,
Good idea.
perfectly acceptable.
But now, follow what she said. Find a really good movie. That means I would say probably don't watch the finale of Stranger Things because you're probably going to be upset with it if you're saying part 2 drops off. Watch something else that's going to be fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, Candy's hammering me. She wants to go back and rewatch for Halloween. We watched The Thing.
Oh yeah,
the original.
Oh yeah, 1950s.
And then we watched the 1950s Thing, and then we watched the prequel, and then John Carpenter's. Right. Boom, boom, boom in a row. And we did that for Halloween, and she wants to do that again. I liked the prequel.
I did too. I did too. I don't hate on it. It has a lot of flaws. It doesn't hold a candle to Carpenter's, but it's still entertaining. I still watch it from time to time.
My favorite thing in it, besides that brunette who is smoking hot, is the continuity.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool that they go back and remade a movie that all the pieces fit right back. You know,
it was very cool. I thoroughly enjoyed that aspect of it.
But of the three, the John Carpenter's is by far the masterpiece.
Yeah.
You know, so Candy's like, we could do that, or we could watch Alien again, Alien and Aliens. Her favorite one is Aliens.
Mm-hmm. That's
which probably me too. So she, you know, we're probably going to go with an old standby that we know is going to be good. That way, I don't want to be, you know, all feeling great on mezcal and then watching that and be like, this is awful.
Right.
So we're going to probably go with an Old Faithful and then go from there. So, you know,
something else I realized I want to throw in there at you was you just said about doing fillets. I cooked a prime rib for the first time.
Okay. I've never cooked prime rib.
Dude, I will send you recipe instructions for it. My first time doing it turned out perfect.
Really?
Perfect. It's not hard. It's seriously not hard. I was shocked how easy it actually was to make.
If time allots, Dave, we should go to Lowry's in Vegas and have prime rib.
It's got to be Monday or Tuesday then.
We can play it by ear.
Okay. But no, I'll send you this thing because I mentioned to Jeff at work that I bought a small prime rib. I was like, dude, I've never done it before. And he goes, here, let me find this guy's thing. You know, and I followed his directions. I mean, I had made the butter up with some seasoning in it, covered in butter. It sat in the fridge for a couple of days. And then it sat out to get to room temperature for several hours. Preheat the oven to 500 degrees. Once that was set, I threw it in. My cook time was 17 minutes at 500 degrees. After that, turn the oven off. Didn't open it. Let the prime rib sit in there for 2 hours. And 2 hours, at that point, you pull it out. You're ready to cut and serve.
And it was good.
It was on point. It was so good.
Okay.
So it's time consuming, but it was so easy.
But now Candy, so you know what? Maybe we'll send that to me because there's a real butcher shop that they opened in Cary, and maybe instead of going and buying fillets, we'll buy some prime rib. We'll go there. Oh well, we probably don't have enough time to make it between now and New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah, because you kind of want the rub on it for like a day.
Yeah,
I think. Well, I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Okay. If not, we'll do. I love cooking fillets on the grill, and then we'll put corn on the grill, and make some collard greens, and have a good meal. I got invited to a couple parties. I was thinking about going, but being New Year's Eve, man, on the road is dangerous.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
There's a lot of people that like that. We call it amateur hour. So I may just keep it close to home.
We have a couple friends that are relatively local coming over and hanging out, and that's it.
Yeah.
Where the hell's this at? Oh, here it is. Found it. Oh, no, I just need to forward.
Oh, perfect.
Let's draw prime rib. Yeah, why don't we close this out? We've been on for an hour and a half. So
okay.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Hunter, where to find you, buddy? Where you at?
Man, check us out on rangeout.com. Also, like I always say, we got the YouTube channel. It's starting to grow, but I need to. One thing that I find is frustrating, Dave, is like 95% of the people that are watching my videos aren't subscribed. So I try to appeal to people. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It helps me a lot. We're fighting that YouTube algorithm, man. So check us out on rangeout.com. Check us out on YouTube. I do a Facebook page, but we don't do a lot with it because Facebook is really tough for gun. You know how it is.
I will recommend to say be a little more active on X. I think it's worth your time.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably more active on my own personal account than I am Livefire Media. But to segue over that, to find me, it's livefire-media.com. You can find all the links from there. You'll certainly see me sharing and posting shit from both my personal account and Livefire Media. But yeah, I think it'd be worth putting a little more attention to it, especially since, I mean, Facebook is still a big one. People still say it is. I don't know. I'm very cautious with it because I have to be, because of the other accounts I manage, that I don't want to get in trouble.
But here's the thing, and I know you want to wrap this up, but I posted the Ruger 10mm lever gun review on YouTube. And it's 34,000 views now. It's been up about a week or so. I posted a link to that on my Facebook Ranch Out page. They got like 3 likes and 1 comment.
Yeah.
So it does.
It's still against your algorithm, but I almost wonder if try the route of posting a text about it and not even
link it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I got nothing. I've done so much in Facebook, and yeah, it's the accounts I manage is the same way. It's when you're on the radar, you're screwed.
You still got to have it, but it does nothing for me. And I've even gone so far as to try to promote articles and put a budget, and it really doesn't seem to make much of a difference.
Yeah, no, they're definitely they're against us. So
yeah.
All right, man. Well, if I don't talk to you, have a happy New Year. Anybody's listening, you're not going to hear this before New Year's, so hope you had a happy New Year.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody, we'll catch you next time. So
see you next year.
Peace.